Hey, it's Scotty here with Gizmo, and I just wanted to give an update, explain what happened, keep you guys in the loop because I know everybody's been really rooting for Gary. Gary passed last night at about 1 o'clock on my chest. We were laying together. I didn't know if he was going to pass, but since the vet, he's been kind of up and down. He's had some energy. Um, he'd get a boost of energy and sort of he'd be out and about, and most of the time he was in his house, and he wasn't really eating, he wasn't drinking, aside from the critical care I was giving him and the electrolytes, and for half a day, for most of a day, he wouldn't poop, and so I gave him a little cisapride in addition to his medication to see if things could start moving, even though he wasn't bad about the critical care. I'd get like 5 or so in at a time and try to do that every hour or so. But that's not enough to really get things moving, and he just refused it. Did you just poop? You did. Usually, with the right treatment, piggies can bounce back from a GI stasis or a bloat or a diarrhea, some kind of digestive issue. But I think that whatever this mass was in his belly, that was really the root cause of what was going on. And he's about 5.5, and I don't know if he could have, I don't know if surgery was an option for something like this. The mass was pretty big. When it's internal, it's one of those things, it's not something that you feel necessarily by just looking for lumps. The only reason why I discovered it is because he was so bloated and I was just really pushing on his belly, and then I felt like something that was not normal. Some people have asked why I didn't do a sonogram. I was planning to. The person who operates or has the sonogram was not at the vet that day, and his digestive issues were so acute that we wanted to focus on that. But I will do anything for these guys. Anything when they have a chance to recover that's not going to cause them more discomfort. That's always been my rule, is if there's a chance if there's a path to recovery and they seem strong, then I want to do everything. So not even surgery may have been on the table if we could have gotten him strong enough. Or maybe there was some other kind of treatment, I don't know. But surgery at his age, at his level of health, didn't really seem likely. But we were trying to solve his digestive issues, and I think really that was just a sign that something deeper was wrong and that his body was shutting down. I gave him his medicine last night, and he just didn't really want to eat, and he was having trouble keeping his head up. So I went and I laid down with him on my chest, and I kept him warm. It took him about 2 hours. And in that moment, I was kind of relieved for him, because he wasn't feeling well for several days, and it's not fair. And I love him so much. To see him like that was heartbreaking. But this morning I woke up really, really sad. I know how so many people out there just love him and his face, and how sweet and adorable he is, and how fuzzy he is, and just everybody who met him or saw him and got to know him just instantly fell in love with him. And just knowing that he's not going to be in the pig room. Now I've got a painting on the wall of Gary, and he's in so many videos. So I will be able to remember him and see him whenever I want. But to be able to hold him, I'm gonna miss him so much. I let Gizmo say goodbye. Gizmo's lost 2 buddies. I know he's got all the other piggies in the room, and as I always do, any of my single boys, I'll try to see if I can pair them up. And I've got so many fosters here. If any 2 single boys can get along, I know how difficult bonding is for boys, that I would never turn my back on a miracle like that. So But I just wanted to let you guys know I'm going to take it easy. I don't know if I'll be in the comments, but I already know, just because of how loved Gary is, that there's going to be so many sweet messages. So I just want to thank you guys for sending them. And when I can, I'll read them. I'll read them all. Part of me feels guilty for being so sad, because, you know, pretty recently I lost Skunk, and I was really in shock. And I am sad, because he was such a sweet boy, and he didn't have as much time here, and he was way too young, and I don't know what happened. I have no idea. And with a lot of my fosters, I get to know them over a period of time. And I know that they depend on me, and the rescues are so full, and the shelters are so full, and there's so many tragedies and emergencies, and my boys are safe here. And I'll do anything for them. And I'm always paying close attention to them. And so I become attached to them. But with Gary, it really was like from the first moment that I met him, that I saw him at West LA. I just knew that he was going to be my piggy. And I tried to find him a friend. I brought him to the rescue week after week, doing bondings. Many of them are in the bonding playlist. But he was just too humpy and too rambunctious. He was just too Gary. And so I'm really grateful to Gizmo. camera cut out because I rambled too long. I know, BB. You're so dusty. Oh my god. But I was saying that I'm really grateful for Gizmo for finally being that friend that Gary was always looking for. And of course, that only happened because I lost Ron. And I think right as the camera was cutting out, I said, this is not for everybody. There's no pet, there's no animal, there's no relationship where you lose them and it's easy, where you lose them and it's okay. BB, stop pooping on the couch. Get up here. I'm not mad at you. Look what you made, such a mess. But we put up with it. We deal with the loss and the sadness. Because being together is so good. It's so wonderful. Guinea pigs poop a lot. And yeah, they're little dry poops. But that's why guinea pig people laugh about those poops. And that's why people who surrender their guinea pigs because they poop a lot, they make a mess, they don't get it. You deal with the poop and the loss and the sadness because you love them. I hate needles. I don't want to give an injectable medicine to my guinea pigs. I have to psych myself up. I could never be a surgeon. But you do what you gotta do because you love them. I started this channel because I wanted to share what I learned. I've been doing it for so long. Just one day it was like, duh. And I asked the other day for some happy stories. And man, you guys really sent some good ones. And some of them also talked about the impact that the channel, that the videos and the care guide have had on the lives of piggies all over the world. That makes me so proud. It's not a side effect of the channel. It is the main purpose. The side effect is that I can pay some bills and buy some veggies and make a living focusing on this. And I'm grateful, really grateful. But the main purpose is to help the animals. These piggies slip through the cracks. They go through so much. So many of them are just treated like disposable nothing. And it's insane to me. And I'm constantly trying to figure out ways to get the message across. It doesn't all have to be dry care videos. If I can make a video that's funny, that makes people laugh, but then they look at these animals differently. My favorite is when people are like, I don't even have guinea pigs. Why am I watching this? And then they love guinea pigs. Well, it's not too long before the universe is going to... There are so many of these guys being put in horrible situations. So, if you don't have guinea pigs but you love them and you watch guinea pig videos, the universe is going to put you in a position to save some. Every one of my guys here, and girls, they came from such crazy, horrible situations. I know, I'm just rambling and rambling. It feels good. It's catharsis. Gizmo was living in a tiny rabbit hutch with Ron in freezing temperatures with a heat lamp on top of him and freezing cold air coming in from the sides, in a pad that was soaked with pee, living at the grandparents' house of some grandchildren that didn't even know his name. For all I know, this could be Ron and Gizmo. Because they sure as hell didn't know. Well, this has gone on long enough. If I... Baby, if I don't wash the back of this couch, this poop is never gonna come off. BB, you love your boys? You love your piggies? I know. So, I'm sad. I'm going to be feeling this loss this loss is going to be connecting to all of the losses that I've had recently and over the years. So many sweet personalities. And it's going to be tough. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to figure out how to do better, how to reach more people, how to save more animals, how to make more people respect, connect, and fall in love with them. And we're doing it together. We're doing it together. I know it's been a tough couple weeks. It's been a lot of bad news. There's been a lot of I rambled again so long that the camera shut off. I'm sorry. I was saying that I know it's been a tough couple weeks. There's been a lot of emotional and sad stuff. And you know, I'm always going to be transparent about what I'm going through, especially when it comes to illness, because I think that we can learn from each other. That's why I'm so grateful for the people who reach out. They reach out when they have questions about their piggies that are sick, not feeling well, and I always say, please keep me updated so that I can learn, so that we can learn from each other. And I also always encourage, especially in illness videos like that, we can share our experiences in the comments, because I think we are learning and leveling up together, and that's one of the amazing things about it. So, but I promise I'm really going to focus on funny, sweet videos. And I always tell myself, or I always have to remind myself, it's not about me, it's about them. They are the stars. I'm like the MC, and I need to put the focus more on them. Way more. Because that's what it's all about. So before I get cut off again, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, for all of the well wishes for Gary. I'm sad because he's not going to be here. but I know that I did everything I could for him. And we don't like to... Don't you chew on his feather. Where are you going? I don't want to focus on the death, the negatives. Careful. But even if we do everything right, these things are going to happen. And it's one of the amazing, interesting things about guinea pigs and people is we have such similar illnesses. BB, you're causing trouble down there. So it's those common illnesses like a respiratory infection or, you know, a guinea pig dying from a seizure because of mange. These are things that can be totally avoided. But most piggies and most people that live long enough, it's heart disease, it's cancer. Baby, get up here. I wish we could figure out a way to prevent all diseases. BB. But until then, we can just do the best we can to give them the longest health span and healthy life that we can. What is your deal? All right, everybody's getting anxious. Everybody's getting restless. And now I got poop on my arm. All right, I'm ending it this time for real. I'm really proud of the community that we've fostered. I can't say that I created it, but I am proud to be a link in that chain, in that group. But we were always a community, we just didn't know it. And we're connected by the love of guinea pigs and all animals, really. And even though this is mainly a guinea pig channel, and I have mostly guinea pigs, you guys know, if there's an animal out there that I can help, if there's anybody out there that I can help, I will. I want to. Is that your stomach or mine? And I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. Teaching people how to love and care for guinea pigs teaches them how to love and care. And it's a muscle. Your heart is a muscle. And the more you use it, the stronger it gets. And if you know how to love and care for these guys, then you can love and care for yourself and others. And if you've got the patience and the fortitude to continue to care despite the heartache and the ups and downs, then you can really be a force for good in this world. And so it's about guinea pigs, but it's not just about guinea pigs. It's about all of us and each other, and it's about love. And it's not cheesy. It's what we need. It's what we need in this world, because there's not enough of it. And a lot of times I don't think the opposite of love is hate. I think it's apathy. It's carelessness. Because in a lot of ways, hate is the misplaced passion. I heard a quote. Someone was quoting someone. Anger is an emotional punishment that you give yourself because of someone else's behavior. And when you put it like that, when that anger metastasizes and becomes hatred, it's love that's gone sour. And I think you can unwind that knot, get back to that love. But what do you do when someone doesn't care at all? That's the real danger. But in that empty space where there is no caring, there's an opportunity there. Because I don't know how anybody can not care, and I don't believe that they don't. I think they just don't know how. And that's where these guys come in. It's a pretty simple roadmap on how to care for these guys. Give them a safe place. You give them the right food. You make them feel safe and secure. You pay attention to them. And you do that for yourself, and you do that for everyone that you meet. And you set up boundaries so that you can keep doing it without burning out, without resenting. And you figure out ways to get better and to do more. And you stay honest with yourself. So I think these guys are a magical window into teaching us how to love. So thank you guys for helping all of us to perfect that, to get better at knowing how to do that. That's why watching a piggy popcorn is like the best feeling. There's nothing wrong with giving love without expecting anything back. And, you know, you can't fill your bank account with popcorn and guinea pigs, and you can't put food on the table with popcorn and guinea pigs, but, man, it fills your soul, recharges your batteries. We can get by on very little, but without joy, what's the point? All right. What a ridiculous, long, rambling video. I've never done that one this long and rambling, but it's because I love Gary so much, and I love all these guys, and It needed to be said. So, well, you know the drill. I got cages to clean. I got fleece to brush and wash. So we're going to get back to it. I promise there's some fun stuff coming. I'm going to focus on that. All right. Until next time. Thanks for watching.